Yeah, guys, so I got a little bit frantic because I sold that other pressure washer that the hoses originally came from that I used to put on this one. And I didn't have another hose or gun that fit this quick connect. And then I went to Home Depot and I'm looking around and a 50-foot hose is 98 bucks. I'm like, no fucking way. Am I paying 98 bucks to get this thing to keep this thing going? But I got lucky though. I found this. 8 bucks. It's an adapter. Thank God they had this. So with the adapter, I was able to use one of the other style hoses I have, the more common one, that screws on, right? And it works. So that's a disaster averted, because you spend 100 bucks on a hose, because 98 plus tax, so you figure you would have been into it 105 bucks. And then what do you make? $295 instead of $400 because you had to give away the hoses. I have another pump pressure washer kind of like this. It has a pump just like this one, just a little bit smaller, except it has a 5.5 horse Tecumseh, and I think that one said it was 2600 psi. And that's half the horsepower. This is a 4200 psi. This thing's a beast. Right now it's leaking a little bit, not from where I put the thing in, almost like it's hard to tell, but it's leaking a little bit, like right here coming down. It could be just the check ball is not shutting all the way or whatever. I'm leaving it alone, because it works perfectly fine. If somebody says anything about it, then I'll worry about it, or we'll add extra Teflon. But that sucker's on there tight. And as far as I know, that thing is a screen, and I ain't messing with that thing either. But yeah, disaster averted by using an $8 adapter. So if you ever run into that situation, don't, because I was getting frantic. I was looking everywhere at every gun, every hose I had, and I did not have one for this machine. And thank God Home Depot had these things, because if it wasn't for that, forget it. I'd be, I would have went online and probably got one cheaper, but still, it's money I didn't want to spend. 8 bucks I can live with, you know what I mean? Because this thing didn't have a hose or gun to begin with, so not a big deal. But 98 bucks, that would have hurt for something I was trying to resell. So we'll see what happens. If this thing ain't gone by the weekend, I'm gonna pull this front cover off. It's really easy. It's 4 bolts. Sand this and then repaint this whole thing either black or some red similar to this, just to make it look brand new all around. Because somebody might be looking at the pictures of it and going, oh, there's rust on it, maybe it's old or whatever. Because that's how people are. It's like I've already said. But the nicer you make something look, the quicker it sells. But the guy that came to buy that Toro mower, he just said to me, do you have a blower for sale or a pressure washer? And I'm like, why? You need a pressure washer? He's like, yeah. And I was like, well, yeah, actually I do have a pressure washer for sale. And he didn't need a big commercial one, he needed a residential one. And I had just got it finished, ready to go last night. I didn't even wash the damn thing yet. And I told him 200. He said, fine, I'll take it. And he was almost ready to take 3 weed whackers off of me for 150 bucks, which would have been nice. But then I went in my backyard to grab the 4th one, which was different. And then by then he changed his mind, which kind of sucked. But that's how it goes. I updated those ads. Those will sell soon enough anyway, too. So that's the story. The Quick Connect. If you ever run into an issue, they've got quick connects, thank goodness.